Good afternoon to our observers, back members, and YouTube live streaming viewers. Today we will conduct a pre-bid conference for one project for civil works in view of Department Order Number 6, Series of 2024, to foster digital transformation and enhance transparency and accountability for procurement processes. I will now give the floor to our procurement head, Engineer Judan G. Caniedo. Ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Before we proceed, I would like to acknowledge first our bank members and representatives. Our bank chairperson, Engineer Butemli G. Estomo, through Zoom. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you po. Our bank vice chairperson, Engineer Jose Leonard A. Hillier Jr. Good afternoon, sir. Our bank members, Ms. Eleanor F. Deliver. Good afternoon, ma'am. And Engineer C. IBM Arayes. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yours truly, Junilin G. Caniedo, for Bank Secretariat, Engineer Kim B. Bucaride. Good afternoon, sir. And Engineer Charmaine V. Sumadino. Good afternoon, ma'am. From the Commission on Audit, Ms. Laila D. Bato, represented by Ms. Lodi Alarat. Good afternoon. From our technical working group representative, Engineer Claudine F. Talungon. Good afternoon, sir. And Engineer Zelo C. Oro. Good afternoon. From our end user representative from the maintenance section, Engineer Muhammad D. Abdul Rahim. Good afternoon, sir. And, the project subject for our pre-bid conference this afternoon is 26LK0064 for 66X selective replacement of concrete pavement along DEO Garcia Street S01456 Chainage 138 to Chainage 165 Davao City with ABC amount of 717,292 pesos and 50 centavos. May we now request Engineer Muhammad D. Abdul Rahim, representative of the maintenance section, to further explain the scope of works of the said projects.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. So the project with contract ID 260064, project name 66X selective replacement of concrete pavement along L. Garcia Street S01456 Chainage 138 to Chainage 165 Davao City with project duration of 13 calendar days, ABC amount of 717,292 pesos and 50 centavos. With a description of construction survey and staking with a quantity of 0.027 kilometer. Project billboard signboard 1 ransom. Project billboard signboard 4x8 DPWH billboard 2 each. Occupational safety and health 1 lump sum. Traffic management 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization 1 lump sum. Removal of actual structures obstruction 97.2 square meter. Surplus common installation with quantity of 19.44 square meter. Subgrade preparation common material 97.20 square meter. Aggregate surface course 27.22 cubic meter. Portland cement concrete pavement reinforced 0.28 meter thick 3 days 97.20 square meter. Reinforcing steel grade 40 with 16 kilograms. Structural concrete 27.50 megapascal class A 40 days 0.34 cubic meter. And cleaning culvert pipe in place 910 mm diameter half setted with a quantity of 68 linear meter. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, sir. Now I will give the floor to our background chairperson for some reminders.
Thank you. Are there any questions, clarifications from our back members, observers, and live streaming viewers? If there are no questions, these are the reminders for interested participants. The whole set of bidding documents which are the following: instruction to bidders, ITV, general conditions of contract, GCC, special conditions of contract, SCC, and standard forms are all can be downloaded at DPWH and PhilJEP's websites. B. The technical and financial document attachments, Class A and necessary documents for support are included in the checklist for proposals. C. As per GPPB Resolution Number 15-2021, dated October 14, 2021, effective on contracts advertised from January 1, 2022, the PhilJEP Certificate of Platinum Registration and Membership to state that for the purpose of updating the PhilJEP Certificate of Platinum Registration and Membership, all Class A eligibility documents attached to the certificate shall remain current and updated, and that failure by the prospective bidder to update its PhilJEP Certificate of Platinum Registration and Membership with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents covered by the implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 12009 or the new Government Procurement Act, Section 20, shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate of platinum registration and membership until such time that any of the expired Class A eligibility documents have been updated. Reference GPPD Resolution Number 15-2021, dated October 14, 2021. The submission of the updated Class A eligibility documents to support the non-updated PhilJEP Certificate of Platinum Registration and Membership is no longer acceptable. D. Bidders must use the updated forms in their omnibus form statement, bid security, and bid security declaration in accordance with the standard forms uploaded in the GPPB and in the bidding documents. E. All bids should be accompanied by a technical and financial checklist, which is included in the bidding documents. F. The ceiling of the bid prices shall be the approved budget of the contract. Bidders who bid above the ABC amount shall be automatically disqualified. G. The details of the proposed key personnel are contained in the bid data sheet. Bid data sheet, clause 12.1 HII. For safety officer and first aider, the number of personnel should be based on Building Department Order 252 Series of 2025. If a proposed key technical personnel and pledge equipment is working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certificate that 1. The personnel or equipment will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. 2. Will be replaced with another person or equipment with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The proposed key personnel and equipment and replacement must be named in the bidding document. H. The pledge equipment shall be listed complete to include the brand, plate number, engine, chassis with serial numbers, capacity, specific location, and must be ready for inspection during post-qualification stage. Reference, bid data sheet clause 12.1 HII. Letter I. In accordance to Department Order Number 169, Series of 2025, only DPWH accredited project engineers should be assigned to DPWH projects, subject to their limits of project assignment. Reference Department Order Number 169, Series 2025. J. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders, Clause 5. Reference Philippine Bidding Documents, First Edition, May 2025. K. Bidding will be conducted through open, competitive procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 12009 or the new Government Procurement Act, Section 59.1. Reference RA 12009, New Government Procurement Act, Section 59.1. L. Detailed evaluation using the lowest calculated bid and lowest calculated responsive bid shall be evaluated by the technical working group for recommendation of award. M. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders, Clause 16. Reference Philippine Bidding Documents, First Edition, May 2025. And in compliance with Section 81 and 82 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 12009, prospective bidders are required to submit the latest general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly filed with and stamped received by the Securities and Exchange Commission for entities such as corporations, partnerships, private sector organizations, foundations, and associations. Bidders must ensure that the civil works application records are updated to include the general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information. O. Each page of the document shall be signed by the bidder or a duly authorized person. If corporation, a secretary's certificate should be attached. B. The interested bidders should observe the territorial jurisdiction of their notary public and all documents that need notarization. The affiant and the notary public should be within the same city and not beyond the limits of notary public jurisdiction. Reference, the court's ruling, section 240, territorial jurisdiction. Q. Submitted documents shall be clear copy printed in A4 size coupon bond with proper ear tagging. R. Prospective bidders shall fully and truthfully disclose all ongoing and awarded but not yet started contracts, including DPWH, other government and private contracts, by submitting the duly accomplished statement in the bidding documents. Failure to submit and declare any ongoing and awarded but not yet started contract constitutes a ground for disqualification and imposition of appropriate sanctions. Reference, DPWH Memorandum dated May 28, 2026, by the Undersecretary of Support Services. S. Bidders are required to submit computation of NFCC, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. The values of the domestic bidder's assets and current liabilities shall be based on the latest audited financial statement submitted to the BIR. If the bidder submits a committed line of credit, it must be at least equal to 10% of the ABC to be bid. Reference, Republic Act 12009, New Government Procurement Act, Section 52.4.1.4. D. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in Bid Data Sheet BDS Clause 19. Reference, Philippine Bidding Documents, First Edition, May 2025. U. For manual submission, bid proposals may be submitted through an authorized representative and presentation of two valid identification issued by government institutions. Bid proposals must be purchased and submitted through an authorized representative who is in the contractor's registration certificate by presenting a valid ID together with a company ID for verification or through a special power of attorney duly notarized and must be emailed to dpwh.davao.city3@gmail.com through the company's registered email address in the CRC or FilmGems on or before the purchase or submission of the bids. If corporation, a secretary's certificate should also be submitted to the above-mentioned email address. V. Bids must be duly received by the tax secretariat at the address stated for manual submission or at electronic bids underscore Davao City 3 at dpwh.gov.ph for electronic submission on or before July 30, 2026 at 10 a.m. Bid opening shall be on July 30, 2026, after the deadline for the submission of bid at the conference room, DPWH Davao City 3rd District Engineering Office, through video conferencing or webcasting via YouTube account, DPWH Davao City 3rd DEO Procurement LS. W. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend at the mentioned address. Letter X. The Department of Public Works and Highways Davao City 3rd District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award, in accordance with the implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 12009, New Government Procurement Act, Section 70, without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. Reference RA 12009, New Government Procurement Act, Section 70. Letter Y. The observance of the deadline of dropping the bidding documents will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. Bids received beyond the specified time shall be marked as late bid and shall no longer be open. Letter Z. Observers who wish to acquire any documents related to the bidding may do so by signing a confidentiality agreement as mandated. Are there any questions from the observers and live streaming viewers? If there is none, I move to adjourn the pre-bid conference.
Second motion.
Since the pre-bid conference has been adjourned and duly seconded by Ma'am Deliver, I declare the pre-bid conference to be adjourned at 2:28 p.m. Thank you for coming. Keep safe and God bless.
Ano ba, necessary to the advantage of the